Chapter 19, Model Behavior. While Katherine Johnson busied herself with the equations that would determine the path that the first Americans would follow into outer space, Mary Jackson focused on making supersonic airplanes even faster and more efficient. Mary loved her job at Langley, but she also loved using her technical skills in other ways. One summer, she had a special project in mind. Rather than devote her talents to improving a high-speed aircraft that burned through the skies, Mary decided to lend her trained eye and her understanding of aerodynamics to help her son Levi build a car to enter the Virginia Peninsula's 1960 Soapbox Derby. Mary and Levi had gone to the local Chevrolet dealer to fill out the entry form and pick up a copy of the official rules. The car and driver together must weigh less than 250 pounds. Only rubber wheels allowed. Length shall not exceed 80 inches. Road clearance must be at least 3 inches with the driver in the car. The total cost of the car shall not exceed $10, exclusive of wheels and axles. Since the beginning of the year, Mary had spent hundreds of hours working with her 13-year-old son on the motorless car. They had made sketches and measurements, testing different designs until they settled on one. They searched the clutter in the back of the garage for things that could be useful. Vegetable crates, plywood, wagon wheels, garden tools, old shoes, wire and twine. Almost anything could be put into service. The race, held over the 4th of July weekend, was fast approaching. On race day, Levi and the other competitors started at the peak of the 25th Street Bridge in Newport News, the only hill in the flat as the Pancake Coastal area. At the signal to go, the drivers released their brakes and hunched down into the cockpits of their vehicles, waiting for gravity to take them down the 900-foot race course. The All-American Soapbox Derby mixed American ingenuity with family fun, at least for boys, since girls weren't allowed to compete in the race until the early 1970s. The competition started as a Depression-era activity, a way to create fun and excitement at a time when they were difficult to come by. By 1960, more than 50,000 boys competed in races around the country. The competition was popular in the Hampton area. Officially, the Derby was the boys' show. Parents were supposed to sit back and only offer advice, but many parents enjoyed the engineering project at least as much as their children did. Many NASA engineers hoped their children would someday choose to follow in their professional footsteps. They wouldn't get rich, but an engineer's salary was more than enough to enjoy a comfortable middle-class lifestyle. When it came to the Derby, no NASA father had anything on Mary Jackson. She treated the Soapbox Derby car as an apprenticeship in engineering. It didn't stop there. At school, she pushed Levi to take the most challenging math and science classes he could handle, and she coached him on his science projects. Many African American boys didn't know about the All-American Soapbox Derby, or they didn't think it was for them. Starting early in the year, Chevrolet placed ads in Boys Life magazine, the official publication of the Boy Scouts. Some African Americans read the ad, but they frequently disqualified themselves from participating in competitions, even without the whites-only sign. There was no rule keeping black boys from entering the race, but it took a lot of courage and a mind that saw the experience as something open to all boys, regardless of their color, for them to give it a try.